Hello. In this presentation, we are going to cover couple of more features when you're dealing with the link workbook and group workbooks. We have already learned the advantage of grouping, what's the advantage of group workbook, and saved us time-saving features like what we did on this Heartland Department Store quarterly report that we work on the quarter one, and we have we had them linked, we made modification changes and so on and so forth, is automatically applied to the other one without us redoing it. You can imagine if you had, this is only 10 rows, imagine you have 4 or 500 rows, how much time saving you will have. The last area that we're going to cover in this chapter will be dealing with going to deal with the inserting worksheet references as well as the 3D formulas. In order to do that is basically is we have on this yearly total, we have quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, and so forth. So we created the link to those detailed data, which is monthly report and the totals, and we created the range where the totals are, and so on and so forth in all of them. So what we need to do, we want to bring those, we want to make this one, this would be a summary report of all those detailed data without displaying all the numbers, without actually having actual number in this particular sheet. We need to add a couple of more titles in here, so we'll match with the other one, quarterly totals, as well as department totals. Okay, so let's basically do the match the same format as we had before. So quarterly total in here, this one will be bold and it will be a purple color matching the rest of the report, and we adjust the column width to, let's say, 16. Okay, now we want to create the link between these and the actual data that we have. So first is on a quarter one. So men's clothing, this is a total quarter, which is what it is cell E3. So to do so, to create reference to that particular one, we start with the equal sign, we click on a quarter, we click on cell E3, which is a total, hold down the control key and enter. So that creates the link. So if you click on that cell, you look at it, it says quarter one, shows the location where the sheet is and where the data, actual data coming from, even though it's displaying the same data. If you look at this, and this is identical. So going back in there, now we can do the same thing for every single one of those, or simply use the copy feature and then copy the same thing down by double clicking on the fill, and it fills everything and brings the data down in here for us, so which is E4, E5, E6, which is a total of each one. So let's do it again on this quarter two. Equal, go to the sheet that you want to go and highlight the cell you want, hold down the control, press enter, and it comes in. And then the same thing, just do the copy. And then we'll do the same thing in here, equal. This time is quarter three. This department, hold down control, enter. And now for the fourth quarter, control, enter. And this comes in again, copy. So you will see all of these total quarterly has been changed. So any of these number matches exactly what we have in there. So we'll change the format to match what we had before. So this middle part was a comma. The top one is already selected. And we will put underline on row 9 and double underline on row 10. which is matching what we had before. So, so we have created a reference for each quarter to the appropriate sheet. The advantage of this is this one is not the actual number. This is just a reference to that cell. So for instance, on quarter 2 E6, which is quarter 2 E6, if anything changes in here, means that any of these basic data modified, this will be modified automatically. Therefore, this the same thing goes in right in here and affect this one. So it's totally automated. You don't want to keep redoing all of these reporting or the sheet that has a summary of the other data. So all it is that when the basic data changes, everything automatically recalculated and displays in other area. This one referred to as inserting a reference to a worksheet. The last piece of it that is left on this particular report to do is creating the actual totals formulas. By looking at these numbers, what do you normally do on a spreadsheet? You use the equal sum and then reference these cells and then it gives you a total. But we're not going to be able to, we get no number. If you do that, we get error message. Why? Because these are just the references to another location. So we need to create a formula that is actually understands that and go into those other sheets to get the actual total, just like these references. That referred to as a 3D formulas. The 3D formula concept is the same as just the basic formulas of the Excel. Start with the equal sign and the function you want to use in this case is a sum function, open parenthesis. A normal for creating a basic formula, we will, at this point we will put this the range that we wanted to get the total of, we put the beginning cell, ending cell, and the total will appear. In this case, that we are working with a multiple worksheet for those particular totals. So we do starting with the first worksheet. So we click on the beginning worksheet, which is quarter 1, and the numbers that we are going to do is in that particular row, and then hold on the shift, click on the last quarter, and the cell that you're going to get the total of. So it means that we want to get the total of quarter 1 through quarter 2 on this particular cell, which is E3. Hold on the control key, hit enter key, and it will appear, your numbers appears right in here. If you look at it, you have the equal sign, sum, open parenthesis, you have the range. There is a range in here, but range rather than being a reference to the cell is reference to the sheet. Then it shows you the particular cell that you want. So let's do that again. We start with the equal sign, function, open parenthesis, you go to the beginning sheet, and the cell that you want it to be is, you make sure that cell is highlighted. So you hold on the shift, click on quarter 4, then cell that you want, which is a E4, control enter. Now you will get again quarter 1 through quarter 4 E4. So rest of them we just do the copy. We change the formats to match the rest of them. And now we got ourselves a summary report of all annual report for this particular department store. All these numbers, it appears when you print them, it appears as a number, but they're all referenced to other part of this workbook on different worksheet. It could be 1, 2, 3, 10, 50, 100, as many as you want, and that way it creates the job is much easier. When the basic data changes, so does these numbers. Therefore, you're going to have always up-to-date summary of your other worksheet. This referred to as dealing with inserting a worksheet references within a work group, as well as inserting 3D formulas. I hope it helps, and good luck.